and welcome everyone to another video on this channel. Today I'm gonna show you my team selection for Gameweek 29. If you enjoy this type of content, please consider giving a like and subscribe to this channel. But now let's see my team for Gameweek 29. Okay, so shortly before showing you my team for Gameweek 29, I just wanted to go through my Gameweek 28. As you can see, this was my team in Gameweek 28. This was a pretty bad game week for me. I got a red arrow, as you can see from the screen in the right corner. My rank at the moment is somewhere like 14k. Now, if we look at the players, in goal, my goalkeeper was Pickford, my defenders Gabriel Robinson, Trent. So almost all my players blanked this game week. Maybe I was a little bit unlucky, maybe my picks were just wrong, but as you can see, it was a pretty rough game week for me. Luckily, I captained Mohamed Salah, who just scored two penalties, so he got 30 points. But overall, almost all my players, all the players who could have helped me get a green arrow or at least maintain my rank and get a gray arrow, blanked. Um, so someone like Mbeumo and Wisa, Brentford, they played against Aston Villa. They lost 1-0. On paper, that was a decent fixture for an attacking team like Brentford and for some good players like Mbeumo and Wisa. It wasn't to be. They both blanked. Now, if we go to another game, Bournemouth Spurs, it ended 2-2 in a draw. I got Semenyo and Clivert. Now, obviously, Clivert is the only player besides Salah in my team who got something, some attacking return. He got an assist, he got 5 points. That's okay. His ownership is also a little bit higher, so it didn't really help me a lot. Semenyo got a yellow card. He got injured in the 87th minute, I think. And yeah, hopefully with Semenyo, the injury is not a problem for Gimmick 29. For to me, it seemed more like a cramp. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's gonna be just minor, and obviously we need to see what Iraola is gonna say at the press conference. So obviously, I would advise you to not make any rush transfers. What we know so far, yesterday Liverpool just got eliminated from the UEFA Champions League against PSG. Now we're gonna get more news Thursday and Friday at the press conferences, so that's why I suggest you to try to hold your transfers a little bit because you don't know what news is just gonna come up, and yeah, maybe you regret it if you make early transfers, but that's obviously the whole story. Sometimes it's good to make early transfer, but I don't think that's a great idea right now. Robinson got a yellow card. They conceded 2 goals. He got 0 points. Trent and Salah against Southampton. Southampton scored, so Trent didn't get any attacking returns, and he got just 2 points. And Gabriel, obviously, they conceded against Man United, and he got just 2 points. Also, Isak blanked against West Ham United, but that really didn't matter to me because almost everybody has Isak in their teams. Now, Palmer, he got 1 point. He missed a penalty, and I think that's just really harsh for all the people who captain Cole Palmer because I just thought that it wasn't really a it was a tight call. It wasn't that easy to just captain Salah. I know that he played against Southampton and obviously he just scored two penalties. That doesn't really happen any day, but that's why we have him. That's why we captain him because he's a really good player. He's in form. He's having the season of his life probably. But yeah, with Palmer, he was really unlucky in the last two games. He missed a penalty and in the other one, he had some really big chances. He should have scored, but it is what it is. On my bench, Flecken obviously outscored Pickford with 3 points. And Konsa, my last substitution, he got 7 points, but there wasn't. I'm not mad at that because probably There wasn't a world in which I would have played Konsa instead of someone like Trent, Robinson, and Gabriel, probably even Mikolenko. So yeah, it's uh, he got 7 points, but it is what it is. Now I have two free transfers for Gaming 29, and yeah, let's just get into it and see what I'm gonna do. Okay, so as you can see from the screen, this is how I am currently lining up for Gaming 29. As you can see, I'm not in a really bad position because I have 5 players who are gonna blank. In Gaming 29, I have 2 free transfers. If I want to, I can just make 2 transfers and be done with it and just have 11 playing players and not take a hit. But I'm really tempted to take a hit, and I'm gonna show you in a little what my plan is. But now let's discuss a little bit the team. In goal, as you can see, I have Pickford against West Ham at home. Now I have two playing goalkeepers in Flecken and Pickford. This is not a tough decision for me, I think, because I'm just gonna play Pickford. He has the home fixture, he has the better fixture from my point of view against West Ham, and probably he's playing in a better defense in Everton. So that's what I'm gonna do. Also, I think that Bournemouth are gonna score against Brentford, and obviously I have already two midfielders from Bournemouth in Semenyo and Clivert, so I don't want to play Flecken against them. Now in defense, I have Gabriel, Robinson, Mikolenko, so I have 3 playing defenders for this game week. Now, obviously it's not amazing because this is not a free team. So if I had to pick, would I have played Robinson against Spurs on a free? No. Uh, Mikolenko, neither. So yeah, but it is what it is. I made those transfers knowing that Gimmick 29 is gonna be a blank, and I'm really happy with Mikolenko. As I said, for Pickford, great fixture. They're playing at home. Would you be surprised if Everton kept a clean sheet against West Ham at home? I think not really. Now, hopefully, that's gonna be the case. Robinson against Spurs at home. This is not really a great fixture because we know that Spurs are a good attacking side. They have good options in attack, and they can surely score goals. Now Fulham are defending okay at the moment. They are playing at home, and Robinson obviously has some attacking threat. He has a lot of assists this season, and I'm really happy with him too. Gabriel, he's playing against Chelsea at home. His ownership is really over 50%, I think. So he's not really gonna get me any rank, but he's more like a pick to protect my rank, and he plays against Chelsea. Arsenal are still the best defense in the league, in my opinion, I think, and Chelsea are not in a great form at the moment. So yeah, I'm okay playing Gabriel. Maybe he's due a goal. Who knows? Now in midfield, as you can see, I have Mbeumo against Bournemouth away. So he's playing against Semenyo and Clivert. No problem with that. Belmo is a really good pick. Maybe I would have him on my free also, but now that I have him in my team, obviously I'm gonna play him. No thinking about selling him. Obviously, he's on penalties. Bournemouth didn't score against Aston Villa at home, so maybe a little bit concerned about them in attack, but there's no way I'm gonna sell them. Obviously, I have also Wisa from Bournemouth, uh, from Brentford, sorry. So yeah, I really like Wisa. I think that I was a little bit unlucky with Wisa in the last game weeks. He scored so many goals, which were ruled for offside, but yeah, obviously it's football and we need to respect the rules. But yeah, I really like his stats, his XG. He's a really good forward who's playing centrally, and hopefully they are gonna get me something at least this game week. From Bournemouth, I have Semenyo and Clivert. They are playing at home against Brentford, obviously, and that's a really great fixture for them. Bournemouth obviously are a better side than Brentford. At home, they are playing great. Now my only concern is with Semenyo because he got injured in the last minute, um, in the last game week. So I just think that it was a cram. Now obviously I'm gonna wait and see what the coach is gonna say at the press conference. But at the moment, he's my only concern. Um, Obviously, would have I preferred to have someone like Ivan Nilsson instead? Yes, I would have. But Semenyo is a 90-minute man usually, and I know that he didn't get many returns in the last game mix, but I really trust Semenyo. I like him as a player, and I think that he can get something in that game. And obviously, Clivert, I would have him on a free hit also. He's on penalties, all the good stuff on set pieces. He's playing well at the moment, and he's getting good minutes. So no discussion about that. Now Palmer, he's playing against Arsenal away. Here we need to have a discussion. As I said before, I think that the owners, not only me, but also all the owners who captained him in the last game weeks were a little bit unlucky with Palmer because, yeah, I get it. Maybe he's not in the form of his life like we saw last season or the beginning of this season. He missed a lot of chances, he missed the penalties, but things like that can happen in football. You just need to go on. Um, yeah, it was unfair, maybe a little bit, for all the people who captained Salah, myself included, and he got two penalties and he scored both of them, and Palmer missed his. Obviously, against Southampton, he had two one-on-ones with the goalkeeper. He missed those chances. Now, it was a good decision, I think, to keep Palmer for all these fixtures, but now he's playing against Arsenal away. Obviously, I'm not suggesting that anyone should be rushing to sell him at the moment because you may have other problems in your team. And yeah, it's team dependent, really. I have the luxury to try to sell him. I don't think that's a great fixture, obviously. I think that's one of the worst fixture you can get at the moment. Also away against a really good defense. But Palmer, he is capable of doing something. If you're gonna keep him, I think that's not a bad decision. And yeah, he can just have a really bad game and get a penalty or two. That can happen in FPL. In football in general, things change real quick. So I think that's okay if you want to keep him. If you need to sell other players and or you have other fires to burn. So yeah, Mohamed Salah, as you can see, he's not having a fixture obviously in gaming 29. Now, what I can do here, I can just sell Salah and Cunha and be done with it. But I'm really not prepared to sell Salah. I don't think it's a bad idea to sell him, especially if you have um, all of your chiefs or if you have a wild card. You can sell Salah if you want to fund someone like Erling Haaland maybe, and you can just get him back in gaming 31 or 32 or even 30 if you're wildcarding. So yeah, it's again team dependent, but in my case I just don't want to do that, and I can get to Haaland maybe without selling Mohamed Salah, and I really want to have him for the rest of the season. As I said before, they just got beat by PSG in the UEFA Champions League. So Liverpool really don't have really anything to play for. They have the yeah, Carabao Cup final this weekend against Newcastle, but then they have another 10 games in the Premier League and they really want to win that title. And obviously, Salah, if before we could have thought a little bit about Salah being rested for the Champions League and if the title was wrapped up. Now, that's not impossible yet. After maybe gaming 35, 36, maybe there is some chances that Salah's minutes are gonna be reduced a little bit. But in my opinion, I think that he's gonna play almost every game, almost 90 minutes because he has some records to beat. He wants to score. He wants to assist. So I think that he's just a great option with the UEFA Champions League elimination. Now in attack I have Wissa, but I talked about him before, and Cunha, obviously, who's banned and probably we don't know yet. He's not gonna play till Gameweek 31 at least, but we don't know if he's gonna get banned for more time. So yeah, I need to at some point I need to get rid of Cunha. Maybe I'm gonna do it this game week, but he's not a player I really want to keep because, yeah, as I said before, he's not gonna play for many game weeks. On my bench I have Isak, Trent, and Konsa. Now, ignore Konsa. I'm not gonna play him. I'm not gonna sell him. I have other priorities to do at the moment. Trent again, he got a really bad. I mean, the injury looked really bad against PSG. Now, the last news is that the injury is not as bad as we thought yesterday, but at least wait for Friday to see what Arne Slot is gonna say in his press conference. We don't know exactly. Maybe he's gonna be out for the rest of the season. Maybe he's gonna be out for just 1 month. Anyway, for my team, Trent is a sell, and probably for most teams, Trent is a sell because there are really big chances he's not gonna play in Game Week 30. Now, that's a really unlucky for him as a player, and yeah, I feel him. But for FPL, that's a help for many people, I think, because they can just buy a cheap defender and get some funds out of Trent if they were trying to keep him for this blank. Now, the players I want to keep for this blank at the moment are Mohamed Salah and Isak. Konsa, obviously, I don't want to keep him for the blank, but maybe I won't have the possibility to sell him at the moment. So yeah, but let's see what my moves are probably and what I can do with my free transfers. So as I said before, I have two free transfer for this game week. So let's see what I'm gonna do. And also, if you're still watching this video to this time, please consider giving a like and subscribe to this channel if you want to support it. If you enjoyed the content, it really means a lot, and thank you so much for still being here and watching. Now, what I can do with those two free transfers, maybe the conservative way, if you want to call it like that, I could just sell Mohamed Salah to someone like Elanga and Cunha to Haaland, because the thing is, I really want to have Erling Haaland this gaming because I want to captain him. Another player I would really love to have in my team would be Chris Wood. I'm not gonna make those transfers because actually maybe this is not the plan I will go to, because as I said before, I really want to try to keep Mohamed Salah. Now obviously I could do Cunha to someone like Chris Wood and Trent Alexander-Arnold to someone like Bardiol. That could be also an option, and play with a 4-4-2 formation. But what I am probably most leaning to do at the moment is to sell Cole Palmer and keep Mohamed Salah. So my plan at the moment is to sell Mateusz Cunha because I really don't I really want to get rid of him. That's the truth. Uh, to do that, I can't do that in just two free transfers. Obviously, I can if I was going to sell Mohamed Salah, but as I said before, that's not an option for me because I really want to keep him. Now, if I'm gonna sell Palmer, I need to sell him for someone who's under 5.3 millions. So probably someone like Elanga, and also to do that I need another 2 millions, so I'm gonna sell Trent Alexander-Arnold to someone probably he need to be under 5 millions. At that price point probably I'm just gonna go with Anery. So if we make those transfers and click optimize, this is how my team probably is gonna look like for gaming 29. With a -4 I'm gonna sell two blanking players and Cole Palmer. Now, it doesn't feel great to sell a player who has a fixture in Gaming 29, but as you can see, I really like Ainuri for that fixture against Southampton away. Now, obviously, I would love to have someone like Vardiol or maybe a Nottingham Forest defender against Ipswich, but I'm really happy with my team: Semenyo, Clivert, Mbeumo, and Elanga against Ipswich away. Now, I don't think that Nottingham Forest midfielders are a long term hold because the fixtures are not amazing and their stats are not amazing either. But he's playing against Ipswich away. I really want to target that fixture, and I think that's a great opportunity for someone like Elanga to do something. Now there are other options like Gibbs White if you can afford him, or someone like Hudson Odoi, or maybe a Wolverhampton midfielder like Bellegarde or Munetsi if you really want a bigger differential, if I'm gonna say it like that. Now, if I'm gonna do these transfers, Haaland is gonna be 90%, let's say, my captain for this game week. And why I really like Haaland is because he's having a great fixture next game week too, and my plan is to try to delay the wild card till game week 31. So yeah, he's playing against Leicester at home when Salah is playing against Everton at home. Now maybe I'm gonna captain Haaland against Leicester, take that differential, let's say. But if I'm just not gonna feel like it, I can always just captain Mohamed Salah against Everton at home, and that's also a great fixture. Now, if we go to Gaming 30 and click here optimize, um, by the way, this is the squad FPL Hub app. If you want to see your team or something like that, it's a pretty nice option. I just use it for the statistics, and I really like to see my team in advance. As you can see, my gaming rating is 97%, and in the bank I have 0.2 millions. Now in gaming 30, the fixtures are pretty okay for most of my teams. Flecken is playing against Newcastle away and Pickford against Liverpool away. For the goalkeepers, that's not great for me, but still, for one game week, I can do that, and maybe they are gonna get some save points. In defense, Gabriel, Enuri, Konsa. Now Konsa, it's the bad point in this starting 11, I think, against Brighton away. But I just can't play Robinson probably against Arsenal away and Mikolenko against Liverpool away. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna do a transfer, maybe I'm gonna save it, but my midfield is what I really like. Beumo, Clivert and Semenyo against Ipswich at home. Maybe I could make also another transfer here to buy someone like Ivan Nilsson to triple up on that Bournemouth team against Ipswich at home. And obviously Isak against Brentford at home, a great fixture. Wissa against Newcastle away. It's not the best fixture for the Brentford boys, but for one game week, I don't think that's really bad. Also, Newcastle have some problems in defense because some players are injured at the moment, and obviously Haaland against Leicester at home. Now, thank you again for watching this video and being here. And if you enjoyed this type of content and if you want to see more, please consider giving a like and subscribe to this channel if you like to. And yeah, I'm gonna see you again soon.